Odoi Kwao family of Osu. Say Omon so sa asasna ye kan ho asem na ye omodea. In fact, make us say head of that family ni Odoi Kwao the second. Abeka me ho studio ha. Oba no or the ni Taino Ashigente the second. Ashigente the second. Ono e Osu stool. Ena ni Kwabena Bonnie the fifth Osu Alatamanche. Omomi and Sana Abeka me who story. And maybe the family itself are lay claim to this land. No family head, no one never was in this house here. Ni Odoi Kwao the second. Okay. Ni Odoi Kwao the second. Ni Ofine Bibi Aboko there.
Bibi Aboko.
Yeah, Danyame ase. Na me gidi say what ye lawyer any di in common. Ono chire mu omo every evidence e chese asasine ye won dia. See na mo so mo ka say ye masase.
Yo, me da se pi. Nti mi bai. Me de krata bai. Na yen sha say emfree EI no a ye no. Wo hwe EI 144 no.
Yes.
E kire say aban patri asase bi edi ama owu abusuan bi a omuwo osu me pese me ka kire amanfo nyina oman ni nyina se yeni owu abusuan bi wo osu yeni abusuan bi ewo osu a ye frɛ no owu family yeni bisa
uside hu ye
oh say osu na me wo me osu ye busuan wo osu ansa na osufo na nkasa kra bae nti yeni owu family papa na woni ne kasa asisi a no ani wo yi letter na omo atwro wo ama wo no
yes
won wo bibia wo ho se omo free osu omo free osu
na omo free osu a say dey omo free somewhere in Greater Accra
omo free somewhere in Greater Accra enu history behind it nti enu no ye beba so
okay
ye beba so nti owu family no time aye gi asase no 1927 ni eye no omunsu ye claim there were 15 claimants nti mikita obia claim any ne map or the beye claim no mikita claims mikita ni nyina wo ha claimants no
okay
e wo ha mpacho mema ni ashigente abubo claimants no
Clement in 1927.
27 no.
Omunsu e claim is assassin your modia. Is that what you're saying?
Time ye
aban
free
ebusuan
nsem no.
Okay. Na book kakaka we book ben ya.
We ya compile all the acquisition na ye Achimota no Prince of Wales College.
Okay.
University. Everything. Afi a train no omu pasase edia aduanua a mudi beye bidie edia anu aduane ama university for ni school for no na yi nyina nti acquisitions ni nyina na yaka ni nyina bom
for sa Achimota ho no
for sa Achimota ho ni nyina
na book kakaka say
enu na yaka bom na ye de aba no ene ehu map nyina na yekita yen
in the Clement no hwan mo a
bobo.
Okay. Sounds like omubo ni sisi ana. Bobo. Yes.
Osuma bi femi hanye omanye. So the claimants are as follows. William George Boy Owu.
William George Boy Owu.
Okay. Head of Owu family as the first claimant.
Okay.
Second, Ajay Onano. The fifth, La Manche. Okwe Omabo, Osiaini acting Manche of Osu. Messrs. J.W. Norte and J.P. Akwe. Fifth, Ni Aite Koblan. Ni Aite Koblan. Kole Ulomo. Sixth, Mr. Aja Abebrense, Shipi of Ano Quarter, Osu. 7. Ni Clote, head of Ni Abete family. 8. The Gbesi Manche. 9. Mensa Shang. 10. Mrs. James Ado alias Adotekwao, A.S. Odonko, Joe Odonko, and Christian Fletcher. 11. Ninote Ashang. 12. Mr. J.L. Omabo. 13. Mrs. James Togbo, Kwame Few, and others, representing Ni Kwame Few family. 14th, Notei Suswan Faso II, Ashanti Quarter. 15th, Mr. Gilbert Fanuel Akwe, equally as claimants.
Okay. In the NIPA 15 way were the claimants.
They were the claimants.
And this is 1927. About 1930, right?
About 1930.
This is 1930.
This is 1930.
1930.
Yes, so
Okay.
1927 to 1930.
Okay.
And with your permission,
Okay.
I would want to read the claim of the Owu family.
Of the whole family, as at that
As
time.
at that time.
Okay.
And for the information, they were represented at the time by our president's father, Akufo-Addo's father.
Akufo-Addo was their counsel.
He was their counsel.
Okay.
And I read, all family claims compensation in respect of that area showed in Exhibit 7 as being edged in purple. Case in that is that sometimes before bombardment of Osu, servants and domestics of Owu, an Osu man then living in Accra, went on this land. There was one servant, a hunter, called Kojo, who hunted, and other servants who farmed. Some time after the occupation, there was a war, and original Owu, a very wealthy man, assisted the guns by supplying ammunition and money. After the war, the then Gamanche and the other chiefs of Ghana State offered to give him land in recognition of the services rendered. At the time when his servants were already squatting on this land, and they decided to give him this land, Owu family founded Legon village, where they lived for a long time. Left the village sometime about time of the First World War, 1914 to 1918. Soldiers harassing people, and then went to Oko village, another village of Owu family to the west of the land, where they are still living and farming. They say that Osu people living at Papao and Hacho came there after the bombardment and settled with the permission of Neo. They paid no tolls to Owu as they were Osus. Basel Mission settled at Legon. They got the permission from the head of the Owu family at Legon.
Okay. So because of time.
Yes. So this was their initial claim.
Initial claim at the
good.
time. No.
And so they were given permission to advance their claim, which I would quickly read through and then give you the verdict as at the time.
And before who were they making this claim? Was it before the court?
Before
a
Jackson
commission.
J.
Jackson J, a commission.
Yeah, it was a commission.
Okay. In the commission, there are more recommendations
Yes.
by. And a
So-
recommendation almost a day.
So
so read it,
the
read it.
finality of it, after they've done their windings,
But were the other claimants also given the opportunity to
Yes.
make
Oh,
their
we
claim?
will
come
okay.
to that.
Okay, very well. Very
yes.
well.
So after they did their winding, I just want to read the final two paragraphs. I have no doubt that the people of the Owu family, in common with people of the other families, did live at Legon and were members of the mission community. But at the date of this acquisition in 1946, the parties in possession of these lands were Labadi and Osu farmers, and there is not a title of evidence before me that any of these farmers were members of the Owu family. It is upon this evidence which appears to me to have been manufactured, that I am asked to rebut the presumption that the parties in possession of such lands as being the owners thereof are lawfully entitled to such land, and to say that the whole family is so entitled, the claim in my judgment has no merit in substance whatsoever, and I do dismiss it. It will interest you that of all the 15 claimants, Justin J came to the conclusion, which I read the conclusion for you. In the final 3 paragraphs. But I do not think that such a strict application of customary law would be entirely fair to the Osu, since fairly clearly their abandonment of the land was not due entirely to their own volition, and it was the pressure of the event during the First World War, and which were virtually beyond their control. On the other hand, they have permitted the Labadis men to farm without let of hindrance for 30 years. An equitable doctrine will prevail against their ejection. There is force and an argument for compensation for both sides, but one which cannot, I think, be analyzed beyond the limit I have tried to do. It is a decision, I think, which must be left to the common sense of the jury, and upon that basis I award 2/3 of the compensation to the Labadis 2 and 1/3 to the Osus 2. There has been no evidence as to the valuation other than that given by Mr. Hibgrave, a proposal value and employed by the Gold Coast government.
I think that's
and I accept that valuation at the figure arrived at by him, namely 21,720 pounds. I do accordingly award to the Labadis to the sum of 14,480 pounds, and to the Osus to the sum of 7,240 pounds. The end of judgment.
The end of judgment. Okay. Inti ni from the what kind of meaning say it is more argument they say, and more family needs to make 15 claimants now.
Yes.
More
your
family
family
can
15 claimants.
Inti after the recommendation of the commission, Nipo Chair Commission, they say it was sanka wine assassin there. Did they make that definite?
They made it definite.
Yes. Wine was a
Labadi for almost be farming.
Okay.
And now Usufono, say Usufono, baby Usufono, betna, a honor fire, Eddie Bar, baby Osu, ya was a siano.
Okay.
And to your chest canum, Miensa, ye dibianuma Labadi for if say, or Mudo hopper, Mudosu.
Okay.
And I did 1/3
Emma Usufono.
But oh, a Busani dear, Omuanyashi.
And that's kind of much 2 ma Labadi, 1 ma Usuno. Now a compensation are buying the mammo for the acquisition and much
Sape.
Okay, but the other thing they say, in the sense the old family made almost first petition to government in 2006 was 2007. Did you try to also make a counter petition at the time?
Obi, Mamin can't tell.
Okay.
Sa petition na can wasem no. A group will be no more form or muhu. And omu yusu omudi obidin. Sesi amiti voice sesi akra. Ya form group no be a friend wo do cho do ekwa. Omu so the petition. Omu di ji amanfo asase free wo mo ho. Nti ya omu kwa aban ho. Ne na aban mu nkrofo. Na yi nti ya wo evidence ni nyina aye di ba nyina ba kire wo. Baako. Says ya form groups bebre won kran ha omu de abusua din na ebeko no mu de petition akọ ama aban omu won krofo wo ho no mu aye baako na ya vegan asika no.
No, but my question is sisi a lawyer to owu family ne say omu evidence it is assassin your omu dia momo say that claim no is not true.
Yes.
More superior evidence. No, they are court na.
Oh, ya court.
And I'm court. Ne say.
Oh, ya judgment. Oh, ya ni Achimota. school no and a court and a judgment against them but omusu ya appeal and assembly call Supreme Court.
Yes.
I think last 2 years May.
Yes.
And a Supreme Court now case in so and almost a young call back to the High Court so that Achimota school will be heard. Since then, no yen resuscitate case in Ubium. But all family need there. Omu nishwe yewo Achimota Forest acquisition.
Yeah, but say case now momo they call court against Achimota school, no. It had nothing to do with the Achimota Forest. Ebi as I see a school there was na.
There be ni na kan.
Na Achimota Forest.
Forest no so be kan. Say that time no ye hu say omu ye encroachment on the forest. Na u bisa hu ye no ye nim say ye wo kroma ye wo baby a ye friend Virgin Forest a ebua ye nananu ma kire yen say ye no.
Yes.
Nti baby a ye wo bia no ye nkramu ye friend woko say abosum wo ho nti obi anko ho but for environmental say ye wo ba kokra po wo amasama ye friend ho abehin ase ye wo woko no bi wo ho a Virgin Forest a ye asase oh nti ye no ye mase ye ko drop petition bi na ye bibi na ebinu mu anya asase na ye yi na yi because ye nim no kwere no because ye kita bibia judgments ni bibia sa nti eye sa no na say we na ye ti ye no na ya but most of the things you know omu ye at the blunt side because obi wuti hoy so bi a drop petition dia ko baby na wu ni nipa bi a wo ho aye adwuma wo ho de obi ye de hu ne wo be hu ani say asase no ye develop ba na yi
yeah but say when hu a one say obi a petition na so hu say development e cost wa now who believe in the evidence I wanna you go to court for an order to stop them from developing the land
enu na meka che wo say ye and a case no wo court say see
yeah that is no the Achimota school na court maybe the say if you feel say title to legal title no e wo momo ho say the wo kan na enye owu family ne wa then me say owu family no lay claim to be bia illegal. And why are you watching on for that illegality to go on?
Obi tie mi ye o. Abaya di asase o.
Yes.
And what you are compensation?
Yes.
Ye then a woman be.
So why are you concerned? In the other na we are farmer.
E fire hu
because compensation
o man ni sika. And I ye see ya release asase na ma owu family.
Yes.
Ye na say release my yen. Yeah, government didn't give us any free.
Yeah, but you've not made any such claim.
Because tie obi niyama e koso no wunti ase. Niyama e koso ni se eye nkrofo bi no mu ahihye no mu aye ti se wo de mu ntro petition mfambra na yenya ni se yentumi nkosa yi sa kro no bo no yentumi bo sa kro no bo.
Are you saying say nkofo na hihye with the connivance of the three previous governments ayenya in the first from Kofo through Mills Mahama Akufo-Addo
sa na ye kan
na aban yi nyina ne nkofo ahihye ho
omu hihye no mu achicha asase no asase a ya gie free yen ho every nkran nyina obi wunya time a wudie mayen if you like mayen that one day mechi ye be chirewu asase a ye gie free yen sem won will reach one munyina de ko ye wo government reach on your friend European residential extension after ye wo government house and services a few flat staff as call Roman region ye wo Hausa reserve ye wo Kanda acquisition ni nyina free ye ho ani osu but na ameka kire wi reach ho no omuji ye no aka 8 years pe na 99 years na so
lease na so
omusi omudi be ye residential area e dey ma Rich Hospital no because Rich Hospital na a friend European hospital say si anu omo atunton e dey ma commercial nyina na osufo no ene ye family no ye nya kapre ba kra wo but nkofo wo lands omo ye omo atunton no in dollars na yi nyina omo amaye bi nti sa 8 years na aka na dua ɛsɛ ɔmo nyinaa ntu
ɔmo nyinaa betu
Obi.
commercial for no ɔmo atoma ɔmo nyinaa betu
ɔmo nyinaa ɔmo betu
said you want request maybe said you want request I think we need time to expand our conversation
Exactly.
and you were interview be any pie an interview no waba we just wanted you to come and mubie ni kakra and then we find time and mama mamo some few minutes
Yes.
and
Obi,
yes.
you asked my tree is not too good.
No problem.
You asked a very important question. You asked why are we here?
Yeah.
Usually the acquisitions are for a period of time. And so 99 years, we expect that by now the acquisition is expiring if ought to be renewed. And so if we sit down and we hear that government had entered into an agreement or had taken the presumption of somebody's like the Judge Jackson, they put it a concoction. In fact, he actually summarized. He says that they had actually manufactured a whole lot of pack of things, and so this is not the first time the whole family is doing this. This is what they've been doing since time immemorial.
No, but it will not be fair to also tag them with crime because
I'm not saying so.
No,
that
but
is what the judgment said.
yeah, but you just said this is what the whole family has been doing since time immemorial. That's not a fair comment to make.
Okay, I want to withdraw that.
Yeah.
But then I'm saying that this is likened to what I'm just reading because the whole family is claiming ownership to what they
Does not
don't
belong to
have.
them.
They don't have a clue to it, and if they can produce a single judgment that shows that this land belongs to them, we'll be so happy. And I'm surprised that government claims government do not have documents. And this is from Prague. This is from Prague.
Prague being
this from National Archives.
okay, National Archives.
You see, and so
Yeah, so show it to the camera.
and government being the custodian of all documents
should know.
of all acquisitions should know, and so government should be interested in dealing with the legitimate
All the
families.
volumes.
Accra is where the seat of government is, and so we would want to plead with government that if government wants information regarding the acquisition of the Achimota Forest, we have the document that government claims he has no document whatsoever about.
Okay, so the final point and one kasa into one kasa in the CCA as a family, you know, a dynamo because say mu claim say what is happening here an illegality here. You have avenues in law to make your case to ventilate those claims in the dynamo basis.
Yeah, we will say the right thing should be done.
Okay.
And as my minimum kind, I am talking, but we prove the legalities. Say, Ghana for a any. You have to use the Jojo to let people understand. We are on the level. Now, it will be only this now. Also, we take up, we block all the Osu land roads. That will happen. Yeah, we bring the whole Ghana to stand still. What Nibon did in 1948, it's still in our blood. But we've passed that stage. We'll never do that. So that's what we are going to the Jojo, so that things is done amicably at the court.
But my curiosity is, are you saying, sir, since 2007,
That's right.
our first petition, they call government of Ghana, up until now, because we've been told by both government and a family, they say negotiations now have been ongoing. I mean, there have been 2 or 3 committees. The Kufu administration set up one committee. There was a committee in 2011. There was another committee in 2013, and a committee in Nama similar recommendations. Say assassinate be encore to the whole family. Mostly way in a month as a family, and a man raising issue will be up until now.
Obi, asɛm a wɔbi sa yi meka kyerɛ wo plain sɛ it is ɛyɛ nneɛma a ɔmo yɛ no ɛwɔ esum ase ɔmo yɛ no esum ase I'm telling you ɔmo yɛ no esum ase na saa nkurɔfoɔ na ɔmo si ɔmo ne wɔm ɛna ɛtena ase ɛde yɛ nneɛma no na ɛyi nyinaa no meka kyerɛ wo sɛ ɛyɛ wɔm a wɔ mo ho na hwɛ nkran ha na yɛgye asase kanto osu badro so na bɛhwɛ poverty ɛwɔ hɔ na mo agyi sɛ nti deɛ yɛka ne sɛ government wɔahu sɛ ɛsɛ ɔyi asase no bi ma wɔ mo a yɛgye firi wɔ mo nsɛm no a ɛyɛ yɛn ɛnyɛ saa ɛnyɛ saa cartel na ɔmo
Are you going to court?
yɛbɛyɛ dodo na yi a ɛno koraa po yɛn because yi a ɛno is full of inconsistencies. First, yɛni abusua bi a yɛfrɛ no owu family.
the second. I'll get you guys into the studio one more time. Best friend, where was it? Yo, yo. But me didn't say at least more people say we'll get you back. Now after you are going into details. Why? Yo, I mean, Ni Odrequao, the second head of the Ni Odrequao family of Osu. Ni Teno Ashik Ganteng, the second Osu's two. What are they? Osu's two.
Teno family no.
Okay. Okay. On down. And a Ni Kwabnaboni, the fifth. Osu Alata Manche. That's right.
We'll continue. We'll continue for this.
Okay.
Shoot the whole British Empire. Those days. So the blood is still flowing in me. This time, not we are using these ones. We are using these ones. Knowledge,
Evidence.
knowledge is power.
Data.
That's right.
Wow.
It is a bunch of its own brand. National Archives of
Osu Alata Manche.
That's right.
No, way too much. Way too much. It was 94.